A mandala painting that has been well exhibited and well published is not always that well understood. So this is a mandala painting of Chakrasamvara. It belongs to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, and it is in a Nepalese style that is based on an Indian style, and it is very early. It is dated to the 11th century, and it is possibly one of the very earliest Chakrasamvara mandalas that exist. It could be there might be some murals in West Tibet, but that's not likely because publicly Rinchen Zangpo usually promoted yoga tantra practices and not Anuttara yoga publicly, and this would definitely be Mother Tantra Anuttara yoga. So what's really special about it? Well, it's really the age, first of all. The age being either the earliest or one of the top 2, 3, 4 earliest Chakrasamvara mandalas that we know of, represented visually. Secondly, the style. I mean, the style is absolutely the earliest type of Nepalese or Indian style moving into Nepal for that period of time. And then also you would think it should have a register at the top, but I'm not sure that there's evidence that there was ever a register at the top, but there is one at the bottom. And at the bottom, right-hand corner, the viewer's right, is what looks like to be the commissioner or the donor family for this piece. And on the bottom left side is what would appear to be a yogi type figure who might be the teacher for the donor family. And then in between that, we have 5 female deities, and these represent the Pancharaksha, the 5 protector goddesses, very, very popular in the Kathmandu Valley. They help to prevent rain. They help to cause the conditions for pregnancy. They induce a good harvest and rains, and when there's too much rain, then they also protect from excessive rain and flooding. So these are very popular deities, always have been for over 1,000 years in the Kathmandu Valley. Now, back to the mandala. The mandala is one of the earliest for Chakrasamvara, if not the earliest, and it is also surrounded by the 8 great cemeteries. Now, the cemeteries are not divided by any kind of lines or stylized rivers or streams, as we find in later Nepalese mandalas. The cemeteries, in this case, just all blend together, and you have all of the normal components. You have corpses, you have siddhas, you have trees, you have fires, you have gods on various mounts, like the 8 or 10 famous worldly gods. Then you have 8 trees. You have all of the components that come out of a particular tantra that teaches what are the symbolic objects that should be in cemeteries that have tantric theoretical meaning. And so this mandala has that. Now, also in the center, we have Chakrasamvara, and then he's surrounded by 6 yoginis or dakinis. Now, this is unusual. Normally, for most mandalas, then there's only 4 in the inner ring, which is considered the mind ring. Then there's, with larger mandalas, then there's a secondary ring considered speech, and the outer ring is considered body. So the 3 concentric rings of yoginis or dakinis represents body, speech, and mind. But this one doesn't have that. We only have the central Chakrasamvara and consort, and then we have the 6 figures going around. And this is actually coming out of the tradition of a Indian Mahasiddha named Advaita Vajra. And Advaita Vajra, his teachings can also be found with Mitra Yogan and in the Mitra Gyatsa, the collected tantric deities included in the 100 or 108 deity practices of Mitra Yogan. And also there is a tradition I believe in the sadhanamala, then it says that the sadhana that's included in Bhattacharya's sadhanamala compilation, later 1923 compilation in Sanskrit, then it actually says that the sadhana is coming from Durjaya Chandra. Durjaya Chandra is a Mitup Dawa in Tibetan. I believe there is some evidence that the Sakya Sonam Semo, he would be the second son of Sachen Kungen Yingpo, the founder of Sakya, was in fact an incarnation of Durjaya Chandra. But that is sort of inner Sakya history, and it's not promoted always that way. So the point here is there's a number of places where you can find this practice, which is extremely rare, this description. But it can be found in the Mitra Gyatsa, and it can be found in the Sadhanamala, and it can be found in a couple of other collections of works. But also the Advaita-vajra individual text for this should be found in the Tengyur collection of the Buddhist canon. So we'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can also join HAR on Patreon as a free member, and you get access to some videos and announcements and some book announcements. And also you can make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.